Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 11 of the Chalk Talk for Vitality Fitness.
Yep.
I'm the host, Nick Lambert.
Oh, God.
I have a lot of peanut butter in my mouth right now. I feel like a dog.
Yeah.
Trying to lick it off my nose.
Dirty dog.
Do you feed your dogs peanut butter?
My dog's actually allergic to peanut butter.
That's really sad.
That's really
Are
sad.
you going to introduce him?
Guys, this is Tyler Klipa.
What's up?
He is the operator of the Vitality Performance Academy. If you're looking to be a D1 college athlete, you need to talk to Tyler.
That's right, baby.
Agnew, what's going on?
Not much, dude.
Did you sleep here last night?
Yeah, I did. I get paranoid.
When's the last time those bunk bed sheets have been washed?
Actually, like just a couple weeks ago. Laura washed them.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Nah, it wasn't even that long ago.
No.
Watching Adventure.
Tyler, how is your? I know the only reason like Agnew comes. Oh my God, it's still like in my throat. It's like a glob of it, and that's not even crunchy. That's just regular creamy.
Eat something besides rice
grainy.
and ground beef.
Rice and okay, don't judge me for my
Hey,
dietary.
I can get down with that.
Yeah, I know the only reason like you come and sleep here during the night is just because anxiety of missing classes. Has that hit you yet? Have you had any experiences like that from missing morning classes yet?
We talked about this yesterday.
The first couple 5 a.m. classes I had definitely felt like I woke up every hour of the night.
Ah,
Yeah.
man, that's hard.
Now I sleep like a beauty and trust my 12 alarm clocks to wake me up.
Do you take anything before bed?
Like, help me sleep?
Yeah,
No, because then I won't get up.
Yeah.
like a light.
Yeah. No, I really don't have issues sleeping. I sleep like a champ pretty much every night.
Do you move a lot when you sleep?
That, I'm not sure of.
You're married to somebody.
I don't think so.
You don't think so? Well, we'll have Heather on like next week, and we'll have her talk about it.
Okay, yeah, there you go.
Well, the only reason
might
Kyle's not on the podcast today, guys and girls, is because he's about that money. He's trying to get that bread.
That guap.
But also, it must not really be that important to him because he's scheduling clients on top of podcast time, and he knows this. I'm not meaning to like really throw him under the bus here, but
But you did.
It kind of happens. Agnew, how's wedding planning coming along?
It's not bad. We're kind of at a moot point right now. We got a lot of time, so we're just kind of chilling.
Engagement photos this weekend? Did I hear through the grapevine?
Oh,
The
man.
1st of
First.
December. Vitality Christmas party.
Exactly. If you haven't heard already, Vitality Christmas Party, December 1st. If you were here last year, you know you don't want to miss this year's party.
Starting at 6 p.m.
I wasn't here last year. Why do I not want to miss it?
So if you've been in the men's
Valid
restroom,
question.
if you've been in the men's restroom, you know that
Yes.
poster in the men's restroom
Troy
that
Rice?
says "Live every day like a rock star" with
Live
Troy.
every day.
Every day.
There's a Y missing.
It's Everday.
Yeah.
Every day.
Yep.
Well, our producer Patrick made that poster. We can let him know that he needs to work on his spelling. He needs to get hooked on phonics. But that year at the Christmas party, Troy just had this insatiable desire to get up and sing a song at the Christmas party.
No.
Well, yeah. Well,
Wait, when was this?
I mean, well, it was at the Christmas party last year. Last year.
And crazy. I don't even know how to describe the suit.
It was the Christmas vacation suit.
Oh, okay.
It's the suit that
Yeah.
I forget Chevy. I think Chevy Chase wears it in Christmas Vacation. And so we're all just intermingling. We've all had dinner. We're all eating, just chatting and talking. And then all of a sudden we see Troy get on stage, and we hear Some Over 69 start playing in the back. And Troy gets up and almost sings.
He actually did sing it.
He did. He got a lot of the words right.
That's true. I forgot. I thought it was like.
Wait, there was a
Lip
stage
Oh yeah, it's
at the
legit.
Christmas party?
Dude.
Yeah, bro.
Okay.
You don't even know.
That gets me a little
Because
excited.
it looks a lot like Factory does on Sunday mornings now.
Okay.
The church just comes in and sets up their stage, and then Steve and Jess get up there and talk a lot, and then they give out awards and stuff. But if you guys have time on the 1st, make sure you're here. We'd love to see
These
you.
engagement photos, man. I
Whoa,
love this
whoa,
party.
whoa. Dude, marriage is a little bit important.
I know. It's
a
just like
little
I
bit.
could
Let me
have
tell you.
I could have planned it. Here's one thing. It's usually on the 8th. It's on.
What's
Yeah, it's usually
on
the
it?
second week of December.
Oh,
usually-
so you're blaming,
The system, I guess.
which means
Blame
you're
the man.
blaming
Steve.
Blame the man.
Okay.
Not the boss. Blame the man. But
No, it's my fault.
how long have you been married, Clip?
Actually, as of last week, November 1st, 3 years.
3 stinking years.
3 years.
Did you guys meet in
dude.
college?
Kind of. She was in grad school. when I was in college.
Wow.
Yeah, Heather's actually 4 years older than me.
What?
Yep.
You didn't know that?
This is news to me.
Yep, she's
This
30.
is news to me.
30 years old.
I just
A beautiful 30, but 30.
What?
Yep.
My gosh. What a
So, yeah.
gentleman. And you just turned 20.
26 in May.
Hey, doggy. You got the baby on the way.
Baby on the way, dude.
That
4 weeks out.
Man, that really
4 weeks out.
4 weeks out. What's the name again?
Carter.
What's the middle name? It sounds cool. It was like
Joe.
Carter Joe.
Carter
Klipa.
Joe.
Yeah.
Both family names. So,
Really?
yeah, kind of connected to grandparents.
Well, what's the name of your firstborn? Have to be
it's got to be ass baby.
Ass Baby, and then what was the other name?
I lost a bet. I don't remember.
I'm naming mine Banjo and
Oh, Banjo and
Banjo.
Wingspan.
Banjo and Wingspan.
Okay.
Those are my two firstborn.
I like that.
That's their name.
I like
He
that.
lost a bet. I lost a bet. So my first baby has
Okay.
to be ass
Ass
baby,
baby.
Agnew.
Ass Baby.
All right.
Rolls off the tongue really nice.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Double A batteries, baby.
All right.
I don't know how that relates.
Double
but.
A battery.
Now, you are a really close friend of Kyle. You guys were roomies for a while.
We were roomies.
What was that like? I had to be different than Nate living with.
We are
It
also
probably
in a
was.
house full of
Yeah,
guys,
so we were in a house
which
with
was pretty dope,
with-
actually.
three other guys, sometimes four.
Sometimes four, sometimes guys would stay over, like slumber party style.
Yeah, I guess you could put it that way.
That's cute.
Well,
That's
it
real
depends.
cute, man.
Sometimes there was the laundry room was huge, was it not?
Yes.
Okay, so
I
we kind of
slept in
turned
there.
that into a bedroom
Gosh, that's weird.
to lower rent. So
You've got guys just
yeah,
like.
technically we were only supposed to have 3 people in there, but at times we had 6. So
If you're not
The
cheating.
night, the times I stayed there was 6 or 7.
oh yeah,
If you're not cheating,
And,
you're not
And a tire.
yeah, and a tire.
What?
Man, listen, lots happened, but
A lot is.
Got pretty interesting.
it was no. Kyle was a pretty good roomie. We actually, when he moved in, didn't have a space for him, but we had a little twin bed, and we had a bed. My bed frame was built, not by me, but someone that previously lived there.
Okay.
And so I just threw a mattress on it, and it was this little wood frame that sat probably 3 feet off the ground. And when Kyle moved in, we just slid a mattress under there, and he slept on the ground. So his face was probably like a solid
So he's probably, he has
6 or 8 inches.
So he has to sleep on his back, essentially.
Yep, had to sleep on his back. And this is a funny story. Just one night, random, the bed collapsed in the middle of the night.
Like Step Brothers style. Where-
Yeah, pretty much. Just the bottom legs shot out at the bottom of the
That's
bed,
great.
and it collapsed.
There's blood everywhere.
And so that was interesting. But then we built better bunk beds that were actually bunk beds.
That's, oh Lord.
So
That's giving me anxiety just thinking about
yeah,
it.
it was pretty neat though.
There's so much more room for activities whenever you've got bunk beds like that.
True. Yeah.
But now, what was your sports background at Western? Did you play football, Kyle?
Western, I played football. Yep. Yep. Kyle, and we came in our freshman year together. Didn't know anybody, and we met, and one other buddy of ours played our freshman year. We all 3 got pretty close. Mikey Matz, shout out, in Afghanistan, just got shipped off.
Yeah,
In
man.
Afghanistan.
Support the troops.
That's right.
You don't even support.
And Kyle came in as a safety. I came in as a wideout.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
Of course, you got the wheels, man.
Yep, that's
Were
right.
you running
man.
slot, or were you...
A little bit of both. A little bit of both.
So a little bit of Cole Beasley action.
Yeah, something like that. Just no, I don't rap.
I don't rap.
So, yeah, and then Kyle also ran track, so which he ended up doing instead of football. So,
Well, this is one of those opportunities in the podcast that I gotta go to the boss man's office.
What was the problem?
I don't know.
You don't know he summoned you?
Don't cut it. I'll be right back.
This is an
Okay.
official. This is official summoning.
Yeah, basically.
I'll
Okay.
use this opportunity.
Yeah,
to,
let's break. Let's
to-
break bread. This should be communion at church. Like forget
That would be good. So you just take the cracker and dip
the peanut butter
in the
represents
natural Smuckers.
peanut butter represents the blood
And
that was
that's it.
shed, and that's
And
what
you-
you do. And then you take a bite of both. So
Yeah.
now, how did it look whenever you guys started playing with Western? I guess what I'm trying to say is, how was that experience for you as far as making that a big chunk of your life outside of just being in the classroom?
Yeah.
What was it like to actually be a collegiate athlete?
So being a collegiate athlete is definitely 100% full-time job. A lot of people say student athletes, but in my opinion, it's the other way around. Athletic students, not saying that academics aren't important, because obviously they are. Just in the sense of how much time it takes up, from being at early morning workouts, or meals, or meetings, to workouts in the middle of the day, and then to practice at the end of the day. It just takes up a lot of time, and then your weekends during the season are taken up, and 100% worth it. Loved every minute of it. Yeah.
I don't doubt it, man.
The initial experience at Western wasn't great. Our freshman year there, which we both redshirted, they fired the whole staff. Well, almost the whole staff.
Dude.
Which we kind of knew was coming. And then the new coach that came in, Coach Spear, him and his staff, who are still there now, they came in that spring and loved the coaching change. They were really good to us, and they came in and they allowed everyone that was there an opportunity to kind of prove themselves and play. So it was a really good experience, that coaching change.
Is that how you guys kind of found CrossFit?
Through football?
Yeah, through football. Through the conditioning program, strength conditioning program at Western?
Somewhat. I think, both of us really enjoyed the weight room, and it paid huge dividends for us as athletes, just making us better. And so I think, our strength coach at Western, actually, Coach Barr, is an anti-CrossFitter.
Oh, wow.
Which he's kind of softened up over the years, because he's a good friend and mentor of mine now. So he still gives us crap for doing CrossFit and stuff like that.
Is he just more of a classical kind of powerlifting guy, power output, especially for his athletes like that?
He's of the school of thought that CrossFit isn't a new thing, that it's been around forever. And
right.
He's like, it shouldn't be called CrossFit or deemed something in particular. It should just be, hey, we're doing high-intensity interval training or whatever it may be.
Exactly.
But he just gives us a lot of crap for it, and it's all in a joking manner. So he
exercising for sport.
Yeah. But I did learn about CrossFit through one of my high school football coaches.
Really? So you found out
into
back then?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, no, it was after I was in college. Didn't actually start doing CrossFit until I finished playing football, which was in 2014. Was my last year playing.
That actually sounds like a long time ago.
It does. Weird. It was only 4 years ago.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But yeah, so yeah, my strength coach there, no go with CrossFit. But we did have some coaches on staff that, because there was, Western's in a really small mountain town in the valley. Rather be in Cullowhee, USA. And a CrossFit gym actually opened up there, and a couple of our coaches got involved in it, and then when we finished playing, Kyle picked it up as we were going,
right?
And he was doing track. I kind of got in the game a little bit later, so that's why he's better than me. But
yeah, that's the only. I was about to say it's the only reason. If you would have been the early bloomer,
right?
We'd be talking about you going to regionals and
games and stuff. Yeah.
But now, Agnew, whenever you started doing CrossFit, how did your coaches kind of receive the changes that they saw happening in your performance on the court?
I mean, I don't really know. That's a good question. I think, and no offense, I think the better question would be how my game changed.
Yeah, that's a good way to say it.
So
yeah,
I went from being able to touch the net to dunk in 4 months.
Go, dude.
So just
yamming.
Just feeling that rim.
So, I was basically my sophomore year. I was doing it, but not like very seriously, and not in the fact of like really what's going on here.
Heather's telling Tyler not to screw
My
up.
pregnant wife.
Pregnant wife.
Oh, I didn't see her.
How do you
miss a pregnant woman?
I'm locked in, man. I'm in the pod.
She's zoning.
In the pod.
but so I basically I was never really I was a physical player, but not really.
So you were like, so you went from being like Manu
I had a
to like
physical
Russell Westbrook.
Yeah, I don't know if that's a steep comparison.
I think we can.
I went from being a mentally physical player, as far as like I wasn't gonna back down from anybody, to more of a physical player, in the fact that I was, getting more rebounds, just kind of banging down low with all the big guys, and not really shying away from contact as far as getting the basket, and feeling more confident, a lot stronger, a lot more explosive, a lot quicker. So
yeah, it was almost like a psychological thing where you were just more confident. You knew you were a better athlete and could hang.
I was definitely a better athlete. I mean, one of the first things that Steve told me was, if you could get a whole team on this, you'd win a conference championship right off the bat. And I believe that to this day, because there was nobody in the conference that was in better shape than I was.
And that's what happens. And that's what happens when you left. They finally took your example, and then they went and won the Natty without you.
The Natty.
Yeah, they won a year or two after me.
The national state championship.
Yeah, national state championship.
Yeah.
Now, Clip, what's one of your favorite memories from playing football and being on the field? Or like one of your memories that you look back on and you're like, man, like I really showed out. Or like just like a career day out there on the field.
Well, it's a good question.
He's got a lot of memories to draw from. That's why
I don't like to talk about that stuff.
You're a humble dude. I respect that.
I'll tell about the time I dropped 40.
Hey, let's go.
Okay, well, let's lead off with that then.
All right.
People want to know this. They want to know.
I'm playing.
How about I share this stat?
All right, I'm ready.
Okay.
Lay it on me.
My first collegiate stat that was recorded was a tackle, and I played offense.
Let's go.
Was that a pick?
No, it was actually on a kickoff.
Oh, okay.
Oh, snap.
Yeah.
Special teams too?
My sophomore year, that's how I earned my way on the field, was through special teams, and then worked my way into the receiving lineup a little bit.
That's neat, dude. And you're such a fiery guy. Like I would love to be able to see you play on the field and just.
It was fun, man. It's one of those things. Football is the only sport that you can't go back and do.
Yeah.
Every other sport, in some form or fashion, you can play in some pickup leagues or something like that. Football, you don't get to strap them back on. You can play flag football.
What's it like being in, just knowing that every Saturday, like getting ready to run out of that tunnel? How? Because I never played football, so but I always wish I did, just for
me too.
to get the experience. Yeah.
Outside of Pop Warner, me too.
Hey, why not, dude?
Why not you, man?
The XFL's coming out soon, man. I heard they're open
I
trials.
might just freaking try.
Why not, dude?
Huge.
Yeah. What position?
I played a little bit of corner when I was a kid. I liked corner. I was always too small to be a linebacker. I played a little bit of safety, but a little bit of strong.
Yeah,
a little bit of strong safety.
I like it. But no, running out of the tunnel, man. You just asking that question.
It gives you chills.
It's different. We have a big cat head that we ran out with Catamounts.
Did you guys
Purple.
run out to like Should Have Been a Cowboy by Toby Keith? Was that you guys' like run out song?
I don't even know what our run out song was. All I remember is being in that tunnel and that thing shaking, people pounding and yelling. And we actually had a guy that formerly served in the military on our team. His name was Nick Woodard. Dude had hair down to his low back. Dude was yoked up, tatted up, and he played defensive end.
Man, that's hype.
He'd lead every game out of the tunnel with the flag, and that was
really
intense,
cool.
and it was a lot of fun. And so the same year they had the coaching transition, we had a new chancellor come in, and he started a tradition where the first home game of every year, the whole new freshman class. So I think it was maybe around 1,500.
I remember Ben telling me about that.
Yeah, they would lead us out of the tunnel. So the first game of the year, that was a lot of fun.
Super
year.
hype.
So that's pretty cool.
Dude, that's actually really, really neat.
Now, I will share this stat. My experience at Western was really good because I got to see a really good coaching staff come in, take a really bad program and start to turn it around.
Yeah.
So I was part of that turnaround phase, but we were really bad. In my time at Western, in the time I played before I got hurt, and so in 3 years, I tore my ACL. So in 3 years, I won 4 games. So pretty bad. But at the same time, we saw kind of what was going in and what was turning the program
How
around.
you were building.
And then 2 years after I left, they won 7 games and almost beat UCF. On national television.
I remember that game.
Lost by 3, I think.
That's really. I'm glad you brought that up.
Yeah, or maybe that was a year after I was done. I don't remember. But anyway, shout out to that coaching staff because they're doing it the right way.
Tyler's throwing lots of shouts today.
Man,
We got shouts to Smuckers. We got
That's right, dude.
shouts to all this. Man.
Hey, if you don't eat Smucker's Natural, you should because
It's good.
there's no added
But
sugar.
with a name like Smuckers,
It's gotta be
it's
good.
got to be good. You know it is.
Yeah.
Speaking of food, I had this idea right before we started rolling. This is something that me and Agnew have been doing for a couple months now, and I feel like it'd be appropriate for all of us to kind of weigh in on this. This is a
Text.
So here's the thing, really briefly. We talk about food and poor food decisions on this podcast a lot. And for all you members of the gym, like, we don't want to be like purists and make it seem like we have everything together, even though we have all these great suggestions on nutrition, great suggestions on workout strategies. Like, we are not perfect people, and we love to eat food that's bad for us.
Mhm.
And so I think the way we go about this is a fast food madness bracket. Agnew and I have done this before. The way we're going to do this,
We're not going to go through the whole thing, are we?
it's going to be quick. You can believe me.
It's 62 rounds.
It's really fast. Trust me. Trust me on this.
Are you going to
Hey,
upload this?
negative Nancy, man.
Dude,
I mean, go
you
ahead.
just gotta roll with it.
But the problem I have with these is like, there's 62 different snacks or foods. I already know off the jump what's my
But
favorite.
here's the deal. Here's how it works. We all have to collectively make a vote. So it's best 2 out of 3. Nah,
All right,
yeah.
we gotta go. So we have
You
to
call your
rapid
vote.
fire.
Yeah, we're going to have to fire.
All right, let's do
So
it.
ladies and gentlemen, round number 1.
McDonald's. No doubt.
McDonald's.
Long John Silver's and McDonald's. We're going McDonald's.
Arby's.
Arby's.
You gotta say both of them. So
We have KFC Bojangles. I
Oh,
vote KFC. I vote. It's a bow.
Bojangles.
Just a bow. Krispy Kreme versus Jersey Mike's. Krispy Kreme. Wendy's versus Del Taco.
Oh, no, Del
They got that
Taco
free
is.
Shabaka at Del Taco. Come on down to Del Taco. They got that free Shabaka.
Wendy's.
It's Wendy's. Okay. Chili's and White Castle.
Chili's.
I'm a Chili's boy.
What?
Red Lobster, Cracker Barrel.
Barrel,
It's
dude.
Cracker
All
Barrel.
day.
It's the barrel. Okay. Burger King and TGI Fridays.
Burger King.
Neither, dude. I don't know.
It's
Y'all
the
pick.
king.
It's burger.
It's the king. Chick-fil-A versus Checkers.
Chicky.
Chick-fil-A.
Not open on Sunday.
Dave & Buster's and Raising Cane's. I've never eaten at Dave & Buster's, and nor will I ever. And
Neither
I've never
have I.
been to Raising Cane's either.
Neither have I.
I might have to go Raising Cane's.
Raising Cane's look like a boy.
That's not like
It's steaming. Look at the steam coming
Oh,
off
that
of it.
is a good photo.
Post Malone used to work at a Raising Cane's. There's a fun fact for you. You're only getting that information here.
Five
Applebee's and Five Guys.
Even though Applebee's is
Ooh,
pretty good.
That's a
but
tough choice,
I'll go
but
Five
I'll go
Guys.
Five
I go
Guys.
Five Guys. We got Popeyes and CC's.
Oh, CC's. All day, dude.
Oh, man, there's nothing better than
It's a
rolling in and
$5 buffet.
It's a $5. You're just foop, foop, foop.
And you're like 14.
You're like, I'm gonna go back. I need to go back. We've got Domino's and Izzo's illegal burrito.
Domino's.
Domino's.
We don't do illegal things.
Jack in the Box.
Hardee's.
Yes, it's Hardee's. Clip. Please
Yeah,
don't.
Hardee's.
matter.
Hardee's.
Okay, got it. Outback Steakhouse versus Baskin Robbins.
Outback.
It's the Outback.
I'm a sucker
Foster's
for those
Australian for
desserts.
beer.
Taco Bell.
Taco.
Starbucks coffee versus Captain D's.
Captain D's.
Starbucks. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go
I
Starbucks.
can't do fast food, seafood. I really am not a big seafood.
That's just
fan in
greasy.
general.
Okay, here we go. Zaxby's versus Papa John's. I'm gonna go ahead and lock in Zaxby's.
I'm gonna lock in a Zaxby's.
Oh, there goes Papa. Say bye-bye.
I mean, that
you
say
was-
don't
bye-bye
have
to
the
Papa.
50% off anymore, man.
I know.
Sorry.
You're
Oh,
right. You're
man.
right. You're right.
Little Caesars and Red Robin.
Red Robin.
Red Robin.
Yum. Pizza Hut and the Wawa.
I don't know.
Don't know what Wawa
Pizza.
is.
It's always Pizza Hut. Wawa's great though.
Ooh.
Dunkin' versus Firehouse.
Firehouse is fire.
It is.
It's so good.
I'm gonna have to. Okay, all right.
You're already at-
Yeah, I'm already out. I'm already outvoted, so I respect that. Okay, Steak and Shake and Hooters.
Steak and Shake.
I haven't been to a
I'd say
Hooters
Steak
since I
and
was
Shake,
like
yeah.
6.
Why'd you go to Hooters when you were 6?
One of my neighbors had his 7th birthday party at Hooters, and his
What?
dad loaded like 8 kids in.
Are you kidding me?
No, I'm serious. I loaded like 8 kids in the back
Dads.
of a Suburban with
Come on,
Hooters.
man.
It was awful.
You can't do that.
All right,
for 6
Chipotle
years.
and Texas Roadhouse. This is actually really hard for me. I really love Texas Roadhouse.
Ooh, that is a tough one.
I'm gonna lock in with Chipotle. Agnew, what you got?
I'm gonna go.
Ah.
Chipotle.
Oh,
It
man.
doesn't matter, but I would go Texas Roadhouse before I went Chipotle.
Okay, Sonic versus Moe's.
Moe's.
Sonic.
Moe's.
Whoa.
Moe's.
Sonic half price shakes after 8.
Happy hour, right?
Yep.
Subway. I don't even know what Ernestine Brothers is.
That's his
Einstein.
Einstein Brothers.
Whatever.
It's a bagel shop.
Yeah,
It's
it's
Subway.
like a-
Subway's always a good pick. Jimmy John's versus IHOP. I know where you're voting.
Jimmy John's.
It's IHOP. Clip with tiebreaker.
IHOP. I'm a sucker.
Oh!
Sucker for breakfast.
Waffle House versus Jamba Juice.
Don't know what Jamba Juice is, so
You don't know about Jamba Juice?
Waffle House.
La
is my
Ferrari
guy.
to Jamba
Juice.
Nope.
Tyler.
I'm
Waffle
new to
House.
Concord, man. Waffle House and Huddle House is all we had in
Oh
Sullivan.
gosh, Huddle House.
Buffalo. We don't want
Buffalo Wild Wings versus Longhorn. Clip, who you got?
Buffalo.
It's Buffalo. It's B-Dubs. Dairy Queen versus Denny's.
The Queen.
Denny's. Oh my gosh, Denny's.
And this is hard. All right, what do I got?
You got rapid fire. We gotta go.
I want DQ.
Let's
Let's
go.
go.
Panera versus Olive Garden.
Olive Garden.
Olive Garden. Them sticks though. In
I've
and
never
out.
been to In-N-Out.
Me neither.
In and out versus McAllister's.
I can't say I've never been. It's gotta be McAllister's. Never
Okay,
been.
fair. Whataburger versus Panda.
Waterburger.
Yes, it's Whataburger.
I've never been to Whataburger.
Dude!
Alright, we're going.
Listen,
We're
man.
going this week.
Alright, here we go. We're getting it. McDonald's versus Hardee's.
So many.
Arby's, not Harby's.
Gosh.
Arby's, dog.
They've got the meat, so I'm going Hardee's.
Oh, that's messed up.
Bojangles versus Krispy Kreme.
Oh,
Bojangles.
Krispy Kreme hot now, baby.
It's the bow. It's
Oh.
the bow. It is. It's the bow. Wendy's versus Chili's.
Wendy's. Give me that faux real
Chili's,
quick.
no. Chili's, no.
Lambert, you know it's
They got
Wendy's.
It's Chili's, man. It's
No, you
Chili's.
said Chili's.
It's Chili's, dude.
It's Chili's because you texted me this morning and said, I want Chili's.
They
You
got the-
never
Let's
want
go.
They got
Chili's.
the Southwest rolls, the little appetizer.
That's O'Charlie's.
No, it's not.
Yes,
No,
it is.
No.
it's Chili's.
The Southwest little thing, you roll with
Chili's,
corn
yeah.
in them. They're so
Oh,
good,
I
dude.
thought you were with the.
And then you get those bottomless chips and salsa.
Yep.
The chips are so
$2.49.
Oh my god.
Then the mountain- the molten-
Get the bottomless chips and salsa with Lambert and eat 4 chips and then he'll Venmo you
It's
$2.
bottom.
Stop it.
It's
But
in
the-
the-
Yeah, okay, he's giving me crap for Venmoing him when he only eats like 2 things of what we ordered.
He Venmoed me for
You're so selfish.
$1.50. $1.50.
Listen.
It was for your share. I love you. but I don't
Oh my
love you that much.
Oh.
Cracker Barrel versus the King.
Cracker Barrel.
Cracker.
Chick-fil-A versus Raising Cane's. I'm gonna go ahead and shoe in that Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A.
Five Guys versus CC's. Oh,
CC's.
Dude.
They got a variety. That mac and cheese pizza.
I'm probably
make
going
you tongue
CC's
slap
too,
your
dude.
brain.
oh man, so CC's takes it. So Five Guys is out. That hurts me. Domino's versus Hardee's.
Hardee's, dude. I can.
Domino's.
Domino's, man.
Let's go, Clip.
Hardee's.
Yeah.
Bro. Oh.
Taco Bell.
Outback versus the Bell. Think outside the bell, man.
We're taking
Is it think outside the box or think outside the
affordability.
bell?
Think outside
No,
the bun.
what you gonna go
Outside
to?
the
I
bun.
think outside the bun.
Thanks,
That's
man.
even-
I said box and bell.
I'm like-
I'm good with Taco
I
Bell.
don't think it's either one.
I'm gonna take the bell. Starbucks versus Zaxby's.
Zach and
Zax. Red Robin, Pizza Hut.
Pizza Hut.
Pizza Hut.
Pizza Hut. Firehouse versus Steak and Shake.
Steak and shake.
Yes, Steak and Shake.
Okay.
Whew. Chipotle versus Moe's. Here we go.
Chipotle.
Chipotle.
Dude.
Yes, it's
Most
Chipotle.
most can be a little bland.
Yeah, not a lot of flavor there. A lot of variety, but not a lot of
I
flavor.
still say Subway.
Subway over IHOP?
IHOP though.
You still said Subway?
Yeah.
I'm
If,
going-
if it's breakfast, if it's not dinner,
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
like
I'm
Waffle
going
House-
I'm going Subway.
IHOP is also IHOP.
Their burgers, I will never try
I've
them.
never had
Just
burgers.
on principle. for what
But
they do
when
to
they
us.
have that unlimited pancake deal, I'm like,
Yeah, and there's 4,000 people in the
hey,
It's Subway only because of the meatball marinara.
Man.
Only because of that. Waffle House versus B-Dubs.
B-Dubs.
Oh,
B-dubs.
Yes, B-Dubs.
because of the games.
Dairy Queen and Olive Garden.
Olive Garden.
Yep,
Yeah,
Olive Garden. I want them sticks. McAllister's versus Whataburger.
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 Y'all
You
take it.
don't
I
have a
don't
voice.
know.
You don't have
You're
a voice.
going with me this weekend.
Round of 16, Arby's versus the Bow.
Bow
It's the
time.
Bow time. Chili's versus Cracker Barrel.
Cracker Barrel.
Crackers
Yeah.
in my barrel.
Gosh, you guys are the chili.
Chick-fil-A versus
Chick-fil-A.
CC's.
Chick-fil-A.
Yeah.
Gotta
Love
be.
that buffet though, but I
Get the
just
Chick-fil-A app.
Domino's versus Taco Bell.
Taco Bell.
Taco Bell.
Yep, heard that. Pizza Hut versus Zaxby's.
Mm.
Oh, Zaxby's.
Zaxby's.
Yeah, okay.
That
Fair.
wings and things, man.
Wings and oh my
Bro.
gosh, dude!
Might have to get that.
You get
today.
those seasoned fries on the side too, the crinkle
Oh,
cut.
bro.
They season the mess out of them too. There's it's all like orange and stuff. Steak and Shake and Chipotle.
I don't know.
I'm going Chipotle.
Chipotle's live.
Chipotle alive. Oh my God, I love Chipotle.
Hit it. Let's go.
Is it Chipotle?
I mean, y'all both
Yeah.
voted. It
All
don't
right,
matter.
bet. Subway versus
Buffalo
B-Dubs.
Wild Wings.
Yeah, it's in B-Dubs. Traditional.
Whataburger.
I can't vote, guys. Never been.
Okay, it's Whataburger.
I was about to
You
say.
can vote on Olive Garden if you want to, but it's Whataburger.
Cracker Barrel. All day, dude.
Cracker Barrel versus Bojangles.
Mama's breakfast.
Yeah, that
Pancake
French
breakfast.
toast stuff.
You
Or
guys
fa- or
both
French
both
toast.
Cracker?
Yeah.
All right, Cracker Barrel. Chick-fil-A versus Taco Bell.
Oh,
man, this is really
dude.
hard.
Chick-fil-A.
This one's gonna hurt my soul.
Chick-fil-A.
I'm going
I love
Chick-fil-A.
I mean,
I'm going Chick-fil-A too.
Gotta be.
We'll max that one out. We'll mail that in. Zaxby's versus Chipotle. It's Chipotle for me.
Zaxby's.
I think I'm going Zaxby's, dude.
That's so good.
Oh,
I've only had Chipotle a handful of times.
yeah.
I'm going B-Dubs.
Yeah.
But I'm biased.
I understand.
Beat-ups.
Yeah,
It's tough.
yeah, I hear you. Cracker Barrel versus Chick-fil-A. Oof. I'm going Cracker Barrel.
Cracker Barrel.
All right.
Nice. Zaxby's versus B-Dubs. One of the semifinals.
Oh.
Buffalo Wild Wings.
Yeah, it's B-Dubs.
All right.
Barely, though.
Oh, the final.
Cracker Barrel, dog.
Oh, it's my vote. Dang it.
Oh no.
Cracker Barrel versus B-Dubs.
It's got, I don't know how to go. It's tough, man, but
Oh, Lord.
I go beat-ups.
I like the variety of Cracker Barrel, but
Variety,
there is
bro.
no, there is.
You get free biscuits and cornbread.
No,
I don't
you gotta
need
buy a
any
meal
more.
first.
No. They bring it out.
It's
with
not like
water.
chips and salsa. It's not like that. It's
It
not how it
is.
works.
It is.
Only reason I'm gonna say B-Dubs is just I can get a lot more quality and not be surcharged for it. Like, and plus, I think that takes it. That's the winner right
Wow.
there. That I love it.
Let's get to your sports background since we had to do an entire round. Yo, what are the odds of getting a little juice here?
Juice.
Give him a little.
Oh yeah, you can.
Come on.
I
Yeah.
wasn't sure what you were
Gas that man
referencing
up.
with the juice.
So
Yeah, what's the deal with you? We talked about Clip. I want to know.
yeah, I got ragged on pretty hard the other day.
Hello?
Wow.
Hello?
Pure business.
Allison,
man.
do me a favor and don't call me ever again.
Yeah, Allison.
Whoa.
Get out of here. Business is business. So as has been stated before, I've been given a lot of flack on podcasts for like being like, man, there's nothing like high school sports, and I've never played high school sports before. And
Wow.
I know, right?
Hey, but you know what, man? It turned out all right.
I did.
You turned out all right.
Look, man, I got my life together. Got good hair. Nice blue eyes and whatever.
Good quarter sleeve.
Be nice little 3/4 sleeve.
Yeah.
But so I started doing martial arts when I was 6, and I started because I wanted to be like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. That's like my favorite thing in the world.
Dude, which
Is that really
which
why you
turtle?
started?
Which yeah, it is really why I started. So I've changed. Actually, no, I haven't changed my stance. It's Leonardo all the way.
I feel you, bro.
About
I
that.
never watched that.
About that katana sword.
What's wrong
I
with
just
you?
watched Sports Center, dude.
It's really sad. Like he missed out on a lot.
Yeah.
I don't think so. I learned a
Well,
lot about sports.
About sports.
As a young
You
kid.
can
He was
learn a
just
lot
trying to-
about sports from cartoons.
They were just trying to prepare you for this phase of your life. If anybody has any questions about sports,
Have you guys seen Uncle Drew?
No.
The movie?
No.
We rented it last
Did you
night.
like
You
it?
see it?
It was actually pretty good.
Is Shaq in
It
that
didn't
movie?
get great ratings, but I thought it was funny.
Really, is Shaq in that? Or is it
Yeah.
just Kyrie?
Yeah.
And
The Diesel. Kyrie,
was
Chris
King
Webber,
Smith in that?
Lisa Leslie.
Lisa Leslie. It's two lady names.
You don't know who Lisa Leslie is?
No, I don't know who that is.
All right, no, skip him. No,
He's googling it.
wasn't she the first woman to dunk a basketball
Oh,
game?
it's a woman. I thought it was a
Yes, it's
Her name's Lisa. You said she has 2 female names.
Nate Robinson
That's too
was in it.
That's right. That's what I'm thinking of.
And who am I missing?
Kevin Hart. Is it Kevin Hart?
Oh, Reggie Miller.
yeah.
Oh wow, that's
Yeah.
actually a pretty big squad. I'll tell a story real quick. So
If you can tell me who Reggie Miller played for in college, I will. Oh man.
will you
Yeah, I see Tyler's whispering it to
will
you.
you pay me Kyle's share of the podcast fees that he still owes me?
No, I know.
You don't want to drop another $48 on that?
You're trying to get
No.
money out of Kyle.
Yeah, that's a whole nother animal. That's a whole nother animal.
Next podcast.
Next podcast, we're talking about how Kyle refuses to pay any fees.
Hey, Kyle just paid me rent because we're roomies again. I should have mentioned that.
That's really good.
That's true.
No, we give him a lot of flack, but he's really just a good guy down inside. That
Well, that's a stretch.
That sometimes hits people with his car when he's texting and driving.
Oh,
man.
I went there.
Oh, dude, gonna kill you.
So I can't tell you who Reggie Miller.
It's alright. Keep going. It's UCLA, but it's fine.
I was gonna say you something. So
You.
I was close.
The you.
Tyler whispered
The you. I didn't hear you.
I actually didn't say anything.
All right, so I was testing for my yellow belt, and I was like 7 at the time, so I was still losing baby teeth. And if you know anything about like the gloves that you'll wear when you do karate, you have like these open finger slots that you slide your fingers into, and you Velcro it down, and you've got this little thing here. And I was fighting against my instructor, who's probably like 6'2", probably $190, and I'm me, looking like I do right now, fighting this guy at 7 years old. And he goes and he like jabs me in the face. And I have a loose tooth right here, and I wasn't fighting with a mouthpiece.
And it's a baby tooth.
It was a baby tooth. And he jabs me in the face, and his fingertips in his glove catches the tooth. And when he pulls it back, it just yanks it out of my mouth, and blood is everywhere on my white uniform, and it's dangling by like a little bit of a fiber. And I'm just like, and I run over to my dad. I'm like, oh my God, Dad! And I had to go run to the bathroom, pull it out, and went back in there and fought him with one less tooth.
Wow.
So that's why I'm so hard these days.
That is impressive. How much did you get for that tooth fairy?
Dude, Tooth Fairy was a scam when I was a kid.
Oh,
I didn't get
man.
any money for losing
Wow.
teeth.
How did they? I don't understand.
Because we weren't a Santa Claus household. I was in the grocery
No
store.
Santa.
I was in the grocery store one time when I was a kid, and a lady asked me, "What's Santa Claus going to give you for Christmas this year?" And I looked back at her and I said, "Santa Claus is dead." And she like had like a little bit of an emotional reaction to it. And yeah, we weren't Easter Bunny people. We weren't Santa Claus people. We weren't Halloween people.
You can't give me
That hurts my soul.
You giving me crap for not watching Ninja Turtles is
Fair.
not even close to comparison.
I give you crap for watching
Now,
sports.
is this religious reasoning?
It was a religious reason in the sense that it was like, okay, if Nate finds out that Santa Claus isn't real, is he going to turn around and think, okay, well, all this other stuff that I've been taught growing up in church, that's not going to be real. And so I respect the crap out of my parents for teaching me that
Except
way.
for the fact that Santa Claus is completely illogical.
I feel like, you know what? No, I feel like there could be a valid argument for Santa
No,
Claus.
there
exists.
can't be. First of all, there's no historical text that says anything that a fat man going to 1 million different houses in one night is actually feasible.
It's definitely billions. but-
Santa's the only guy that can get away with breaking and entering.
Whoa. There's still a cracker
Sorry,
left.
I don't know.
No cap.
No cap.
No
I got
cap.
it. Here it is. No cap.
And so, I mean, for me, I started competing, I probably started competing when I was 12 across the state and traveling in between here and South Carolina, fighting people and doing karate stuff. And then we started traveling a little bit more nationally. We've been to Niagara. Okay, D shirting over here. All right,
man,
keep it
keep
PG,
going.
son.
Keep going,
Gosh.
almost.
Well, at least your like belly didn't show, so that's good.
I tucked the bottom.
But I've been to Niagara Falls to fight. I've been to Buffalo to fight. I've been to DC. I've been all through South Carolina, North Carolina, Virginia, all up and down the coast. I think the farthest that I've gone, going to Niagara, that was the farthest I've ever gone, and that was the 2016 World Championships where I finished second in my weight class in continuous sparring. That was the last time that I really went to a really, really big tournament that had international competition. We had people from like Serbia and Russia and Guatemala show up in absolute droves, and so I had to show up and fight a handful of people and do that. And so actually training right now for the World Games up in Buffalo.
When is that?
That is December 30th. So if you want to send your boy some love, it's at Nate_Lambert on Instagram. December 30th, I'll be fighting up in Buffalo. So
Let's go, dude.
appreciate the love.
Jaheim.
Speaking of competing, I had one story to share, and I want you guys to chime in on this if you have any thoughts.
No, we probably will.
Sure we will.
I think you will. So the shirt that I'm wearing today, I put this shirt on, and I remembered I had to share this story. Gladiator Games at CrossFit Cabarrus in 2016 was like the first CrossFit competition I ever did. And I did it with Thomas Dellinger. Me and old T. Deli.
I remember.
Yeah, me and old T. Deli did it. And it was a 3-workout competition. No final, just 3 workouts. And one of them was a pool workout. One of the workouts is actually one of the coolest things I've ever done. you and your partner would swim. You would swim 50 yards, while your partner was doing as many rounds of axle bar DT as possible. And so it's
soaking wet
at 155.
Axle bar. So we did it with 115.
Okay.
And so Thomas would go down and swim 50 yards. I'd do as much of DT as I could. He'd pick up where I left off. I'd get in and swim. It was like a 15-minute workout.
That's terrible.
It was awful. It was one of the worst things I've ever done. And you're right. It was absolutely soaking wet. Couldn't hold on to the bar.
Oh, that's terrible, bro.
And so that was the last workout of the day. And I'd been fighting like a sinus bug and a sinus infection leading up to that. So I could not breathe out of my nose anyway. And I felt awful. I felt all gross and stuff. Couldn't breathe. My mom and dad came later and saw that workout, and I finished the competition, and I was really not feeling well. And Dad hands me a bottle like this, and he goes, "Here you go." He's like, "Here you go, just sip on this." And I was like, "Well, what is it?" And he's like, "It's some Captain Morgan with some Whorehound candies in there." He's like, "It'll make your throat feel better, and it'll kind of open you up a little bit."
I remember you texting me about this.
Yeah, and so we finished the competition, and if you've ever been to the Sports Center, half of a basketball court is their CrossFit gym, and then the other. There's a double court. I don't know anything about.
It's a full court split in half by half court line.
That's why I have you around, man.
and a curtain.
In a curtain.
Yeah.
And so they have like a fence at that half court marker, and then they'll have a basketball court here, and their CrossFit gyms on the other side. Mm-hmm. So I'm sitting down on the basketball court, sitting on a table, talking to everybody, competing, and I'm just throwing it back. I'm just, and the thing was quite full with it. And I was just throwing it back. And I had just turned 21. I'd never really had anything substantial to ever drink before. But I just didn't feel well. And so I was just throwing it back. I was like, I need my sinuses in my throat to open up. And so I'm sitting there.
Did you have another event after this?
No. Last event of the day. Okay. So we had already finished up.
I was like, you're screwed.
Get out of a cold pool and go sit down, and I just start throwing back Captain Morgan and hard candy in a thermos bottle. And I'm sitting there, and I'm talking to somebody, and then all of a sudden it's just like,
Yeah,
I'm like,
bro.
oh, no. I was like, I'm drunk right now. I was like, I do not like this. And I'm sitting there, and I look down at the floor. And you know how the basketball court has all these lines on it and stuff? I look down at the floor, and all the lines are just spinning and just waving on the floor, just spinning in circles. And I'm like, this is not good. My parents had already left. I was like, I've got to get myself straightened out so I can go home. And I look over in my gym bag, and I see my giant bag of Progenics. And I'm like, that should help. I'm like, I should do it. And so I hop off this table, and I land really hard, and I'm like really wobbly. And then I like slowly walk over, and I take 4 scoops of Progenics and put it in the shaker bottle and down the whole thing. And in 10 minutes, I was fine. But I'll never forget finishing that comp and just being like, man, I just really need relief, and just throwing it back and just absolutely getting wasted after a competition. I'm sure nobody else has an experience like that wasn't on purpose.
It was
and that's what was the crazy thing for me, is it was totally serendipitous that it happened.
It was crazy.
Who gave you that?
My dad. Yeah.
It is supposed to hit
Nice.
the throat.
It is. It did its job. Like, I felt a lot
You ain't
better.
supposed to drink the whole damn thing.
Yeah, the key word, whenever I got home, I told him about it, and he was like, key word was sip.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, I'm glad I'm all right. So, anything you guys else want to talk about?
Man,
We covered the sports, dude.
I don't think so, man.
We covered the sports. We covered the peanut butter thing.
Agnew didn't share with us his greatest sports memory of his
Yeah,
career.
talk about the time that you did show out. Like, the people want to hear this. Talk about one of the games that you showed out.
Talk about it, dude. If you do it, I'll do it.
I thought you did. Well, what was yours? Are you talking, single greatest performance?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man.
Of high school.
Of high school?
High school. Go Dogs.
Probably my sophomore year of high school. That was a really fun year because we had I had just transferred to a private school just to play basketball, and I made varsity as a sophomore.
Become the
right,
classical
dude.
school
We had
warriors,
7
baby.
seniors.
Let's go, dude.
So we were actually really good, and the starting 5 was all seniors. They're all and really good too. So I came off as 6-man, came off the bench, and we played Lake Norman Charter at home, and I just felt really good and ended up setting a school record that day and hit 12 threes in a game.
Oh, dude.
Jeez.
Yep.
Stroking it.
Just buckets.
Bro, and
I still have the ball. The ball's at my. That's like the one thing when I moved out of the apartment. There was like 5 things that I was like must have.
Yeah.
And it was like.
Yeah.
Did it get eaten up with any mold or was it still intact?
Nah, you can't touch that ball, dog.
It's got the magic on it.
Nah, it was a. You might not know. You might know this, but you definitely know. It was a wave ball.
A wave.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
stop.
baby.
I didn't like them at first.
It has the
and
texture on it.
It's literally like.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
It's super. Like, well, I don't
That's
know
a
why
state
they make
playoff ball, dude.
I can't remember.
But-
I remember when those came out, and it was like
Yeah, it was kinda
the first time I
funky.
felt one, I was like, "This doesn't feel right."
It was weird, but
That's back whenever I was shooting 0 for 20 from the line.
Yeah, it
I
didn't
felt-
help my jump shot either, bro.
I felt good that game. That was just one of those days where you even let a shot go, and you're like, "Oh man, I shouldn't have shot that, but that looks good."
Hey,
It's
you're
such a
just
fun.
on.
One of those.
So I set a school record for that. That's
How many
game.
shots did you take? How many?
That's a good question.
I don't remember.
I think I still have the stat book somewhere. But
Are you googling it?
Yeah, see if we can find.
me?
Yeah,
No, you won't find it on there because Covenant wasn't on Max Preps. So
I don't even know what Max Preps is.
Robinson is. But actually, that year, and Covenant's all documented, self-documented.
No, it is. It's right here. CCS.
Oh, is it?
What?
It's not going to be on there.
There we go. Hot dog. Get in there. You know how to work around this thing. Let's see it. You know,
Oh,
doggy.
Oh, it is in here.
All right.
I wonder if my Robinson stuff is in here.
Yeah, it is.
Oh.
that was the first. That was the
Hey,
first.
Then you Venmo me a little bit more than
Yeah,
$1.
you probably Venmo me some money for my broken computer. I'd appreciate that.
Man.
That game was good, and that same year I ended up setting a
Should be
school
doing
record
Just wanted
for
to taste
A
it.
little taste.
most threes in a season.
And how many was that?
Your sophomore year, dude?
Mm-hmm.
Man.
140 something maybe. I don't remember.
my
I definitely don't
gosh.
remember that exact number. And then junior year started to get some looks, and then senior year
Yeah, it was like that.
I was like that, bruh.
Back at Covenant, where Agnew played and dropped all these buckets, that was such a small school, and you talk about like having like a hype environment. That was a really hard place to actually. I mean, obviously, I don't have any experience being an athlete and mixing it up on that court, but being at games, like it was such a small school as far as like number of students, and the gym itself was not that big. We pulled down the bleachers to do it, and so, I mean, it wasn't the hypest environment, but is it in there?
No, this is really weird because it says I played 4 games my sophomore year. Games played 4. Well, that's not true.
That's a little bit
Weird.
incorrect there.
Max Preps is kind of dicey sometimes, but yeah, that was a fun game. But yeah, it was probably that and beating Cox Mill on senior night. That was pretty.
All right, Clip,
That was
you're up.
pretty good.
Talk about the one time that you were on.
Best time. Best memory. I guess it would have been my senior year. We were playing our crosstown rival, Nation Ford. I went to Fort Mill High School, South Carolina. We were playing them, and basically, winner made the playoffs. Loser was done.
That's not.
So it was on the line.
Now, is this? Do you and Kyle go to the same high school?
No,
Kyle's
from Murphy.
That's right, Kyle's from Murphy. You're not from Murphy.
No, this is Fort Mill is basically where Carowinds is.
Oh, jeez, I'm sorry. I'm an idiot. I wasn't listening at all.
You know
Oh,
I
man.
wasn't listening.
What are you doing over there, bro?
He's looking at French fries and stuff.
Bro.
Yeah, man, I'm hungry.
Glutton.
But yeah, playoffs were on the line, and we go up. We were up 28-7, and get into the late third quarter. They score 28-14. Then next thing we know, it's 28-all. Tied game, fourth quarter.
Whoa, and it just kind of happened.
Yep, just
Oh,
happened like that.
jeez.
We stopped being aggressive. You know, it's one of those things, playing to not lose. And so we score. We go up 35-34. And then they go down with 22 seconds left and score. Yep, score. And then on the extra point, they get penalized. False start.
Oh.
Shift them back.
Hey now.
Yep.
Let's go.
Shift them back. 22 seconds left. And they go to kick the field goal. He misses it. We win by 1. We go to the playoffs. And I finished that game with 9 catches for 2 hundo
Hey.
and a couple tutties.
Yeah.
And
Take it to the house, baby.
yeah, that's definitely best memory
Dang.
of football, for sure.
Could you guys as quarterback sling it?
He could sling it, actually. He was a baseball player by trade, but he was a good quarterback, and we had a dirty running back who his name was Asa Christ, and he played professional soccer.
That's a name right there.
He could have went.
Is he from around here?
Yeah, he's from Fort Mill. He actually lives in Charlotte now, and he could have played football. Got a lot of offers, and ended up going to play soccer at South Carolina. But dude could ball.
We had a good running back at Robinson my freshman year. His name was Tony Francis. We called him Stony Francis. But that guy was fast. And then he played basketball. They're like, we would play in PE, and be like, Tony, you're actually pretty good. You should play. And he would light people up. Man. He was so fast.
Oh,
so
geez,
fast.
that's scary.
Well,
Boys,
Stony.
that's good. Episode 11. That was exciting. That was electric. T-Clip, thanks for coming on, man.
Yeah, thanks for having me, dude.
Yeah,
Good,
just get
good
daps all
doing
around.
business with you.
Shouts to Smuckers. If you guys want to sponsor us, you need to cut the check. I don't know what's happening here, but
Hey,
just grabs a hand.
Steelers Panthers predictions.
shit.
Panthers lose. Bam!
Is that tonight?
Tonight, dude.
Thursday night.
I gotta open tomorrow.
I
but-
can never root for the Panthers. Just by
Okay, you need to stop hating Cam Newton.
Cam's just not my guy. I
You know
can
who's
choose.
not my guy? Ezekiel Helmet. He looks like he got electrocuted. Ezekiel Helmet.
If you
Ezekiel
Helmet,
Ezekiel Elliott.
you can't tell me you don't like how Ezekiel Elliott
I
lets
don't
that belly
hate
out
the
pregame.
Panthers, but
I hate the Steelers. I will say
they're an
that.
expansion team. And
Yeah.
that's just
I hear
you'll
that.
never be good.
Dude, all I gotta
But-
say is we them boys. That's all I gotta say. You know where my allegiance
You're
is.
not even
lies.
from Dallas.
It's a family thing. We them boys. We lost Dez, and Dez is in New Orleans now.
America's team turned into Jerry Jones's.
It's actually God- it's
disaster
prison.
piece.
It's God's team, is what it. Yeah, it's a prison. Yeah, with all of our shining criminal record players.
Yeah.
It's great.
That
All
was-
right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in to episode 11. We'll see you next week.
Deuces.